Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back. Pretty boring time for us right now. So today's patch notes is just gonna be us looking at the shit posts on Twitter because what else is there to do? If there's gonna be anything that we find today, it'll be here. some sort of fucking post I don't give a shit about. Another thing is this a Labubu? What is this? Plushy Dreadfuls? I don't know what the fuck this shit is. Is this some sort of Labubu thing? I don't know. Is this relationship okay? 38 and 19? Um, I mean, to each their own. I really don't give a fuck about people's personal lives, right? Is it weird? Sure. Sure, it's definitely fucking weird, right? But at the end of the day, it's not my fucking business, right? She's not underage, right? So, whatever. Whatever, not my personal business. It's predatory. Men should be careful around these women. Oof. Oof. And of course, you have to listen to this guy because his name is Nuclear and he has a suit. Yeah. I'm sure he's a great role model. What the fuck is this? A disturbing video shows a group of black boys assaulting two young white girls while recording the incident. This happened in Holmes and Woodland High School in Covington, uh, Kentucky. So, some black people assaulting another group of people, was it a day that ends in Y? No shit. No shit. I'm sure there's a fucking group of white people who assaulted somebody today and this and that and the other, but of course, when it when it involves when it involves somebody's daughter, of course, people are going to get fired up.
Say it.
So, obviously, maybe she said something racist here, maybe not. They're saying say it over and over again. So maybe something was said, maybe something wasn't. Who knows? Nobody really knows unless you were there or there's more videos of this that has more context to it. But obviously, you shouldn't be ganging up and beating the shit out of somebody. Yeah, maybe they said some shit that they weren't supposed to say. That's what you have adults for. That's what you have adults for. All right. So yeah, not really much else to say about that. But that ain't the right way to solve your problems. She thinks climate change is a hoax. I don't know who that is. I don't give a fuck who that is. On to the next one. What the fuck is this shit? Some sort of ad. And what do we got here? Open AI, open lie. Elon taking shots at Open AI, eh? Oh, I did see this. This is some weird freaking. Trump does this shit. Yeah, he does this shit to everybody, and it's kind of apt that like Joe Rogan is literally right here. Hold on, let me move my cam. Joe Rogan is like literally in my who to follow suggestions right here, and I think it's a pretty apt thing because Joe knew this, and he tried for years to avoid Donald Trump's handshakes because he would pull you in as like a not even like an intimidation tactic, but just a you're lesser than me tactic. Oh man, dude. And then finally he went to shake Trump's hand at a UFC event and Trump almost pulled him over the fucking table because he just yanked him. Oh, obviously this type of stuff's pretty funny to see.
35 countries, according to the president, gathering there for a peace summit.
Look at him.
Now there is a bro shake.
Look at
Remember, we won't let go. Okay, you let
just
go.
keeps
No, I'm good with
pulling
that.
him
All
in.
right, there we go. As they assemble for the class photo there, let's
Brother.
bring in Martha McCallum, coat and tie.
Bro, he's cheesed up right afterwards too. He knew it. He's like, I got his ass. I swear, dude. Liberal woman breaks down in tears after her mother was deported after being in the U.S. illegally for 30 years. No shit. No shit, your mom got deported. Oh, look at that. You can look at racism. Yeah, what else is new? Anything else? Anything else? Oh, what do we got? Nobody has a personality anymore. My generation is obsessed with treating every trait as a symptom of a disorder. You're not shy, you're autistic, you're not forgetful, you have ADHD. I have I've been seeing this more and more and more, and it has been getting on my fucking nerves. I honestly need to do a single video on the overdiagnosis and overuse of ADHD as some sort of umbrella condition. I keep seeing it too many times, and it's really starting to fucking piss me off. I'm seeing people justify all sorts of crazy fucking shit, and they blame it on ADHD. These other ones I don't really see as much, but like ADHD, I see that for everything. In depression, I see that for everything too. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut up. Look in the mirror, dude. Look in the fucking mirror. It's your fault. I want you to blame yourself every fucking day. Every day, every minute of that day. I want you to blame yourself over and over and over and over and over and over. It's your fucking fault. As somebody who was diagnosed with ADHD, as somebody who got off his medication, as somebody who took control of his own fucking life, stop being a little fucking pussy and start looking in the mirror and start blaming your fucking self. Psychology is what got you into that position. And psychology also, oddly enough, happens to be your way out of that condition. Jesus. I swear, I'm not going to do it now because this video would turn into a 3 hour fucking rant. So, oh man, I'm going to make a concise video at some point dealing with the ADHD overdiagnosis thing. Trump golfing today during the government shutdown. I mean, might as well. Fuck. I mean, honestly, with this whole government shutdown thing, listen, I would be so fucking tyrannical when it comes to the optics in media because if I heard that the House of Representatives or the Senate or whatever it is shut down and they weren't making decisions, they weren't fucking coming to a conclusion on something that may be a little bit indecisive or difficult, I would literally, I would grab a bunch of federal agents. I would go to that facility. I would lock every single motherfucker in there, including me. Including me. This is a hypothetical. If I were the president of the United States, what I would do is I would bring a bunch of armed military fucking soldiers and I would completely shut off that room with everyone in it, including myself. I would get up on the mic and I would say, you have 24 hours to make a decision. If you don't make a decision in the next 24 hours, I am going to start arresting people and throwing them in jail for treason. If you refuse to do the job that you were elected to office to do, it is automatically treason. Goodbye. Goodbye. Enjoy your jail cell and your fucking probably super weird fucking bunkmate, whoever that may be. Enjoy making those number two pencils. Hey, I'm gonna keep pushing that point, man. I'm gonna keep pushing the number two pencils until it happens. And when it does happen, I'm going to probably make a 2 hour, 3 hour celebration video, maybe even stream it. I don't know. I don't know where I'll be at that point. But that'd be fucking awesome, dude. It's so funny to see it come full circle. But yeah, then no, that's 100% what I would do. I'd be like, look, listen, the American, fucking, the person who puts the fries in the bag at McDonald's can't just say that he's gonna shut down the fucking McDonald's because he doesn't feel like doing his job, right? Neither do you. You are paid by the people, you work for the people, and you will continue to work for the people. And if you can't if you can't come up with a fucking decisive decision on a important topic or a bill that needs to be approved or disapproved, right? Then you're gonna stay in this chamber and we are going to vote collectively over and over and over and over until we have a final decision on both sides of the aisle, Democrat, Republican, whatever it may be. That's how it's going to work. No bathroom breaks. I don't give a fuck if your aunt is on her deathbed. I don't give a fuck if your dog just died. I don't give a fuck if you have a funeral to go to, a wedding. I don't give a fuck if you're gonna go hit the fucking strip club on a vacation in fucking Vegas. I don't give a fuck. You don't get to leave until a decision is made. You will work as many overtime hours as possible. I don't give a fuck if you have a heart attack. I will let you die. And honestly, it's probably for the greater good because if you're having a heart attack from sitting in a room with a bunch of fucking smelly old motherfuckers, okay, then you weren't fit for the job anyway. Federal agents decimated Antifa in Portland. Good. I don't even need to watch that video. Good. Fuck them. Fuck them. They're obnoxious. They're obnoxious. They're annoying. Let's see. Women now make up 48% of gamers. So this is a perfect example of why you don't trust data that is simply freely given out because this is very overgeneralized. It's not specific. Because if we're talking consoles, PCs, not even close. Not even close. That's probably like I would say that there's more nowadays than there used to be, but there's still not there's still a huge disparity. I would argue probably 70-30. And I think I'm being generous to be honest. I think I'm being generous with the 30%. But if you take something like mobile gaming in we're talking those fucking stupid with the what was that one that everybody was playing for a long time there? What was it? Crazy Birds, Flappy Birds, something like that. Whatever that one was, that one suckered fucking everyone. Everyone I knew was playing that fucking game, dude. And that was when like in that was in a time when there was a huge stigma still around mobile games, right? Everybody thought they were a fucking scam. They were a get rich quick scheme. Like nobody trusted mobile gaming. It's crazy to think nowadays that you can actually play console games on your phone. That's insane. Homeland Security, this illegal monster repeatedly raped an 11-year-old girl in her own home after being hired to renovate her family's bathroom. The Biden administration previously marked him as non enforcement priority, allowing him to roam free. Yeah. Obviously, we're going to have many of these. Another fucking clip of somebody being racist. This time it's vice versa. What a surprise. Is it a day that ends in Y? Uh-huh. Racism exists everywhere. You're not going to get away from it. Doesn't matter what country you move to, right? That's just how it is. It is what it is. Tectone, bro pleaded not guilty to an incident that happened on camera. 7 years isn't long enough. Bro's brain is broken. Raja Jackson pleads not guilty and faces 7 years. 7 years is insanely light. But I also wouldn't be surprised considering we also have Diddy out here getting fucking 3 years. So, um, you know, you know. Also, I saw Asmund reacted to this on his stream earlier today, and he echoed the same sentiment as me. As somebody who no longer does MMA, but I used to do MMA. I still train though. I still train every day. Um, it's crazy that he had that many shots at his size to an unconscious man who was completely static, not moving, and didn't manage to kill him. And your fucking dad is Rampage Jackson. How the fuck are you such a fucking weakling that you couldn't? I mean, I'm not saying I wanted him to, right? Obviously not. But how could you not? And that's pretty much the sentiment that Asmund gave, and I agree with that. I agree with that. That's like day one. Day one training is learning proper form first off, first and foremost, proper form, right? And then depending on your coach, sometimes they go right into footwork or they get you into the fun stuff because that kind of hooks you in, if you're somebody who's like on the fence, right? They tend to get you into the punches second because it hooks you into it and makes you want to come back because then you feel like, oh, oh, that that felt good. It kind of gets you. It's like that. It's like that first high, and just gets you into it. And then you start getting into the more technical stuff and the footwork and the proper movements and all that stuff. So yeah, I still can't believe that somebody of his size with that much heritage couldn't do enough. That's insane. But also shout out to fucking Psycho Sid for being an absolute fucking unit, even unconscious. He's unfucking breakable, dude. What the fuck? This he's a scary fucking tank, man. Ivanka Trump, taking in the essence of The Rock, apparently. I don't know what to say about that, man. What is this? This woman crying because her wife got deported? Yeah, no shit. You shouldn't have been here. It's going to be the same sentiment I give for everything, so it's whatever. What is this? U.S. Border Patrol earn the badge, go beyond, earn up to 30,000 in recruitment incentives. Nobody cares about the fucking incentives. They care about, well, what's the yearly take home? Shit, I'd become a border patrol fucking agent if I could. Fuck. But I got my priorities other places. I ain't got time for that shit. I got too much shit going on. Today is Columbus Day, not Indigenous Peoples Day. True. True. Holy shit, this is New York City. No ID. Doesn't identify himself. Trying to kidnap a passenger. Who are these fucking Nazis? I don't. It's probably some sort of fucking ICE federal agent fucking nonsense. I don't really give a shit. This is Indonesia. Where is Greta? For everybody who doesn't know, Greta Thunberg is the poster child for being a fake activist. So damn, Greta, Greta, where are you, Greta? Greta. Yeah, no, she's not gonna be here. She's not gonna be here. She don't care. She's a fake activist. She don't give a fuck. What is this? Walmart has begun putting up large dividers to barricade off entire aisles. Walmart now has sections you have to be watched by an attendant. Wow. Wow.
Europe if you're not in America. What the hell am I beholding?
Bro, what is this music?
Do you see this? America? Or, I mean, actually, Europe if you're not in America. What
Dude, imagine
the hell am I beholding?
imagine living in a server that is so fucking PV fucking P that you have to have barricades in the aisles and be let in and out. That's insane. It's actually prison. What the fuck, man? Oh yeah. This is what I like to see. Oh yeah, what are those eggs? Damn. Oh yeah. Those are eggs, all right. Fucking goddamn. I don't even know what is this. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I just know they're protesting something and people ain't liking it. What is this? Fort Lauderdale police officer was filmed performing chest compressions on a man in the middle of the street, working to stabilize him until the paramedics arrived. The witness who recorded the incident and the officer stayed at the scene, doing her best. Well, evidence for just okay. Just an officer. Okay. Well, that's cool. It's good to see. This is the type of thing that you like to see, you know? Yeah. Yep. That's crazy. Never ceases to amaze me that this man voluntarily chose to spend his last years enduring abuse, harassment, and smear campaigns when he could have lived. Yeah, that's true. That's true. His whole life was just chilling. He could have just retired, been playing golf this whole time. And to be fair, he kind of is. Not nearly as much, but he kind of is. And just, sat on his properties and endless wealth. But instead, he buckled down and got after it again. Columbus Day is back. Oh God. Yeah, we saw this. Already covered that. Meal Team 6 can't keep up with the activist. But to be fair, I don't know how in shape or out of shape these guys are in. They don't look that out of shape to me, but at the same time, they got a bunch of gear on. It's going to take them a lot more to run at the same speed he is with all that extra gear. Because these guys, they don't look fat to me. They don't look fat to me. Yeah, and the shitty part is too, like when you're doing something like this and you have all that gear on, you can't just fucking rip it off and throw it on the ground. Because then some other activist is gonna see you do that. They're gonna come steal it, and then you're gonna lose your shit. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I would have probably chased him about 20, 30, and then just let him run. I'd have been like, all right, cool. He's gone. Fuck it. Where's Jorge at? Go fucking tase his ass and get his ass out of here. Punch Trump. It's a fantastic day at the Chicago Marathon in bruh. Is this typical? Is this a typical marathon thing? Everybody just leaves their fucking cups on the ground? What the fuck? What is this? Absolutely 100 support ice. Excellent work. Keep up the safe work. Yep. Look at him. Look at him. Ain't so strong now, huh, Antifa, you fucking morons? Look at that shit. Nope. Y'all are gonna get fucked up out here, dude. The world is done with your shit. Gotta be careful out here. What do we got? What's this one? DHS law enforcement has made 1,500 arrests across Illinois, including, yeah. Bunch of bad people. No way shit. Damn. No more ham. Wait, what? Schools in Canada are emailing parents asking them not to put ham or bacon in their kids' packed lunches because it offends people of other religions? No wonder fucking what two provinces declare Independence. So this is the latest thing in Canada. No, that's not it. Let's see if we can find it here. Uh, Canada. YF leader Blanchard signaled openness to discussion between independent Quebec and Alberta following reports that Saint Pierre, whatever the fuck all of that shit was, Sovereigntist Party has reached out to the leaders and the Confederation is crumbling and it's beautiful. So is this legit? Because I did see something that the two like major provinces were looking to split off and join the U.S. as states, which I hope happens. If I'm being honest, I hope it happens. I have nothing against Canada as a country, right? But it would be nice to just be able to like kind of go visit Canada without actually having to go to Canada. Because you could just go to the top two provinces that are connected to the American border here. Yeah, it seems like they're fucking done with their shit, man. They want to be done with it. They're throwing in with the U.S. And it's so smart too. It's so smart because like if y- if you're going to if you're going to separate to any other country, your best option is to choose the US because who the fuck is going to tell the US no? Especially with Trump in office. Iran tried that. What happened to Iran? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Gaza tried that, right? And now the Hamas group has handed over all their hostages and they threw up the white flag, right? Israel, their prime minister was forced to apologize over the phone directly to the other fucking, I don't know who the leaders are of Gaza or whatever the fuck. He was forced to apologize over the phone by Trump. Right? He made the French prime minister get holed up by New York City police just so Trump's motorcade could come through. It's so stupid. But it's so good at the same time. Like, you just can't believe the shit's real. And you thought the first fucking 4 years was crazy. This shit's nuts so far. Absolutely nuts. And we're not even done with the first year. Yeah, this shit's crazy. If they do, that's going to be nuts. That is going to be nuts. And it's going to give us a big resurgence to the Canada, the 51st state memes. I like how that's been the going meme too. That's been the going meme with just about everything so far. Is like, oh, this country is gonna, beat the US or fucking say no to the US or whatever. And the response every time is we'd like to welcome the 51st state of whatever such and such a country. It's too good, man. We just stay winning out here. Oh my God, Trump and the Indonesian president have been just caught in hot mic discussing a deal. He asked, I'm really, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? So I couldn't hear most of that there, but like the beginning of it, he said something about the region not being safe or something like that. Come to me directly, he said. Hold on, let me see if I can. Oh, not that. That's not what I'm looking for. This. Yeah, they're they're just talking shop. I mean, there's nothing that's really something about unsafe regions coming to him directly. Probably looking to make some sort of deal to probably help his fucking country. I mean, at the end of the day, every single country out there is going to want to make deals with Trump in order to have leverage on the other surrounding countries, especially if you're a small country. Right now, if you're a small country, or let's say you're a bigger country, but you're pretty desolate, you're like Greenland, right? Let's say you're like that, and it's fucking not great, life there, should be better, but it's not type thing. The person you're gonna want to make a deal with is this guy, that guy right there, because there ain't any other country on the planet that's gonna tell him no. So if you want to make a deal, go over somebody's authority. That's how you do it. Oh boy.
As we speak truth about our nation's history. It is an honor, of course, to be with you this week as we celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day. I thought it was Columbus Day.
As we speak truth about our nation's history. Since 1934, every October, the United States has recognized the voyage of the European explorers who first landed on the shores of the Americas. But that is not the whole story. That has never been the whole story.
Yeah, let's talk about the Vikings that landed on the northern shores, right? Or the French that landed on the east side of the country, right? I mean, there's so many of these stories, and so many of these people who have come over, who have made settlements, who have integrated into the American life, right? In such early times that it's almost impossible to find concrete original remnants of those times, right? But in a lot of ways, one of the best ways to kind of track that stuff back is to look at who is treated as important figures, right? So for the Vikings, right? For the Scandinavians, the important figure would be Leif Erikson, right? For the Italians, Christopher Columbus, right? Um, and then if you're talking about South America, there was a bunch of Spanish conquistadors that landed there, right? Um, and then you had the French and a lot of British people who came from overseas. A lot of us are still descended from those people, and that's where a lot of your New England comes from, right? As in like that specific region of the US. which is like your New Hampshire, your New York, your new everything essentially was just copy paste what's over there in England, and then you take that, you put new in front of it, you slap it on America. That's what that whole fucking region was, right? And it's still a lot of that architecture still matches from, like, if you could go from England straight there and you would still think you're in England because the buildings still look exactly the same. Now, a lot of in the bigger cities, a lot of it is starting to be replaced and it is becoming more modernized, which I still have a love-hate relationship with. I mean, I really don't like the modernization of things. Um, but at the same time, I see its purpose, right? So a good example of this is like McDonald's. Like McDonald's doesn't do the big red and yellow overarching buildings and all this type of stuff because you couldn't resell the building, right? So if that so let's say H&R Block came by and they fucking bought out that building, well nobody's going to know it as H&R Block. They're going to know it as the old McDonald's, right? So that's why you see all these McDonald's with these boring ass boxes that look all fucking snazzy, even though it's a fast food joint. I mean, whatever. Um, which we all paid for, by the way. That's part of the reason the prices went up is because they were going through and wiping out all these buildings, getting rid of all the play areas, getting rid of all the fucking the originality and uniqueness of these buildings, and they were replacing them with these professional looking fucking box restaurants that end up becoming some sort of law firm or some sort of other professional building, a dentist office, whatever it is, because it no longer had McDonald's signature look on it. So that's why a lot of their prices are going up for a time there. And then, of course, you add fucking inflation and all this other bullshit on top of it, and things got out of control. But, you know.
Those explorers ushered in a wave of devastation for tribal nations.
What about the tribes that were killing each other? Because that devastation is not specific to any race, any sort of ideology. Devastation has been a part of basic nature since the beginning of fucking time, right? And you can't fucking tell me I'm wrong. Otherwise, we'd have a bunch of fucking dinosaurs running around right now. But I would say that a fucking asteroid from space is pretty fucking devastating, right? It's an extinction event, right? It's devastation to its purest form. Right? We've had multiple world wars. I would say that's pretty fucking devastating. With the Black Plague, pretty fucking devastating, right? And for fucking years in the Viking Age, Scandinavians were killing each other over something as stupid as silver and fucking farmers' picks. And the natives were no fucking different. The natives were killing each other over fucking peace pipes, talking sticks, and who could claim which mountain because that one looked cooler than the other one, right? Or it was more spiritual or whatever reason that they had to give to justify that they needed that mountain more than that tribe needed that mountain. It's basic human nature. Violence is basic human nature. Now, you can condemn it all you want, but I'm not so foolish as to try to convince myself that humans are somehow a step above the monkeys that we genetically are, right? We're the only animal in the animal kingdom that tries to disassociate itself with its true nature. I'm not going to lie to myself, right? I'm a very open book, right? If I wanted somebody dead, I would have no problem saying it. Now, as a society, that is something that we condemn, right? We have come up with a tribal think large enough for an entire nation to condemn certain actions, right? And overall, it's pretty agreeable, pretty good, right? But at the end of the day, I don't want people to get the fake assumption that people's internal thoughts aren't exactly aren't exactly the primitive thought that they just want to let out, right? But they know they can't and they know they shouldn't. So they don't. That's where like, you pick your battles, You got to have better judgment than just to go popping off like Raja Jackson, or popping off like that guy that fucking shot Charlie Kirk, right? You got to have a better fucking thought process than that.
Perpetrating violence, stealing land, and spreading disease.
Along with the rest of the world, people seem to forget that natives weren't the only slaves in America. There was white slaves too, but nobody talks about them. Nobody. Shout out to all my Irish people out there.
We must not shy away from this shameful past, and we must shed light on it and do everything we can to address the impact of the past on Native communities today. It is an
Listen, here's the way I see it. You fucking lost. You had the same amount of time as every other race on the planet to develop, to continue to push forward, and y'all decided to sit around, have tribal dances, smoke some hash, drink some sacred medicine, and kill each other. Y'all did that instead of trying to figure out how you could go from one edge of the fucking shoreline to an entirely different country, right? And that's why you lost. That's why you lost. You never innovated. You never fucking got off your asses and tried to push further. You got set in your ways. You got lazy. And that's what happens. That's what happens. You came around fighting Europeans with bows and arrows in a time where there was enough assortment of weapons that there wasn't any native civilization that was going to live. Literally none. The most violent ones were the first ones to die off. The ones who tried to reach out through trade worked for a time, but as with all things, I'm sure there was somebody in the European group that was hateful toward natives. There was somebody in the native group that was hateful toward Europeans. Push came to shove, war begins, right? That's all it takes. All it takes. It's so fickle. It's so fickle. Peace is the most fickle thing I have ever seen in my life. Fuck Christopher Columbus. They were refugees looking for a better life, bringing diversity and inclusion. Don't be a bigot. Damn. Obama is going down, and so is every other traitor's POS. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about any of this, bro. Listen, until I see that he is being escorted from wherever the fuck he's at with handcuffs on him, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Antifa goon antagonizes a man at a restaurant and gets dropped. Listen to the sound of the thud, so satisfying. Okay, well, first off, if you're gonna drop somebody in public, be prepared to catch them because if you hit them and they smash the back of their head or any part of their head on the ground and they die, you are held liable for that. You are. That is a thing. Okay? Accidental or not, you will earn your time if you do something like that. Did he deserve it though? Probably.
Oh, you're insecure. Look at that. That ego's hitting hard, huh?
Okay. Well, right there, self defense. He tried to grab the phone. He pulled back. The guy went in for a swing, and self defense begins.
Right now.
Did you hear that smack? Oh my God. Did he smack him or punch him? Because that was fucking loud. Oh my God. So he, wow, and then pushed off, and this guy just fucking zonked.
Right now.
Bang. Ooh. Yep. Yep. Equal rights or equal lefts, man. You shouldn't have done that. You had a chance, right? The guy reached for your phone and he missed. He had a chance to de escalate, back away from the situation, and keep filming the guy. But instead, you decided to fucking hit him, and then you got hit. Damn. Oh my God. Not the cocky ass fucking. Oh my God. I saw that. No way. He threw his hands down. He starts doing the boxer bounce, dude. Brother. That shit's funny, man. That shit's funny. I ain't even gonna lie, dude. Got what he deserved on that. I didn't know he threw a punch. I thought he was just being annoying and the guy hit him. But to be fair, activist buddy fucking threw a punch and he got laid out. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill into law on Friday, launching a process for California to administer reparations. Boy, he just wants to tank California to the ground before he's done, huh? Where the fuck are they going to get this money? Because I'm pretty sure they didn't even pay any money to fucking put these people back in their homes after almost their entire fucking city burnt down. Jesus. And he's fucking giving people who were never slaves ever, who never even met a slave. They weren't even alive to meet a slave. Yeah, well, to be fair, there might be some there that are like old enough to remember their grandmother or grandpa who used to be a slave or whatever, right? But those people are also damn near on their way out, right? So you got all the young people who are the ones who are going to want to take advantage of this the most, who have never experienced it, been around it, or fucking anything of the sort, who are simply just trying to get an easy government check again. Jesus. Has additionally a door side. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, and I don't care. Middle Eastern. Yeah, I watched that a little bit earlier. Did you know you're currently living on stolen indigenous land? Um, get good. Get good, scrub. Get good. It's about all we could say. You want to fucking change shit? How about you become the fucking president? This is another thing. Imagine trying to make your point by flipping off a rock. Like, who gives a fuck, man? Who gives a fuck? And the funny thing is, like, they would flip off the crazy horse one, but it's not even done. But it's not even done. We're talking a bunch of Europeans who did this with like primitive tools compared to what we have nowadays. and they can't even get Crazy Horse done. That's crazy. That's crazy. All them casinos for what? For what? All that tobacco for what? What are y'all doing with that money? You could have this. You could have like 6, 7, 8 of these. You could have them things carved all over the U.S. with how much money y'all should be making. Like y'all lost in the sauce somewhere. Somewhere. I'd be giving out audits, man. I'd be looking. I'd be like, wait, where is this money going? We got projects to get done. What the fuck is this? This is probably some staged bullshit. I don't know. Fucking weird, man. I remain silent. Yeah, this type of bullshit. I swear to God, they need to make a law for this. Like, if you do this and you're impeding a traffic stop, you should be allowed to just right hook that fucking window and just bust that shit out. I mean, just bust it out. Fuck you, dude. Enjoy that new window. Here's your fucking ticket, by the way. Get the fuck out of my face. It's so obnoxious, bro. The protests outside the ICE facility turning into chaos as the crowd is getting aggressive with federal agents making arrests. Yeah, I'm telling you, number 2 pencils, man. Number 2 pencils. Bro, it's literally just a bunch of band kids that never made it good in life. What is going on? Bro, I swear to God, bro, if I ever had a kid and they went to one of these fucking protests, that would have been the biggest ass whooping they would probably ever get in their life. Like, how much of a retard can you be? That shit's crazy. Oh, I remember seeing this fucking video. This shit was so stupid. Yeah, watch out for her, by the way. Holy. What is this? Some sort of football stuff. ICE agents arrest multiple criminal illegals in Mount Prospect, Illinois. Yep, they coming. They are coming. Holy crap, ICE and Border Patrol are staging epic takedowns of rioters. Yeah, they should. They should. You wanna protest peacefully, sure. But the minute you start throwing shit, fucking making violent fucking movements, right? You're done. You're cooked. Goodbye. We are no longer available to hear your side of the fucking story. What the fuck is this? What is this, a tarp? Out of a way to ensure safety of others. Yeah, I'll do this stuff too occasionally. If I'm going down like the sidewalk or something, and there's like we had a storm or something recently, and there's like a branch on the ground or something, I'll pull it off, fucking throw it off to the side or whatever. It's just a courteous thing to do. A black man unconscious in a parking lot. Black good Samaritans come to the rescue. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. There's too many times where there's some sort of situation, altercation, something happens. Man, nobody gets involved. Everybody just has their phone out recording shit. And it's crazy. It's crazy. So it's like it's good to see stuff like this. What do we got here? 400-year-old monastery of Barnaga just just been burnt to ashes, now lies in ruins. What the fuck? Thankfully, all the nuns escaped the blaze. All these fires can't simply be an accident. And no sound to this, but that's fucking nuts. Yeah. Looks like that's about it. I mean, there ain't too much else. Ain't too much else going on. Just all the same shit in a different fucking suit. But that's gonna be it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the little patch notes for today. Uh, I didn't realize that we've been here for 55 fucking minutes, so this shit's crazy. And I will catch you guys on the next one.